We start tonight with some good news. So far, no new cases of coronavirus in Montana today. The total for the state remains at 455. Cascade County has 15 confirmed cases, but only 2 currently active. Lewis and Clark County has 16 confirmed cases, but just like Cascade County, only 2 of those are currently active. Some Montana gym owners have started a petition in an attempt to convince Governor BOETSCH to allow gyms to reopen under Phase 1. One gym owner from Billings created the petition about a week ago and already has close to 5,000 signatures. MTN spoke with the manager at Crossroads Fitness Center, a supporter of the petition. Crossroads argues that gyms can implement the necessary safety guidelines to help prevent further spread of the virus. Changes include eliminating some equipment to make sure clients are away from each other when working out. There are also marked floors to indicate proper social distancing and have temperature checks at the front door. These are just some of the many things Crossroads said they and other gyms can do to reopen in Phase 1.
Where do you go where you grab a sterilization bottle and sterilize your own piece of equipment? Only a gym. I have not seen anybody at this grocery stores or anywhere else sterilizing anything after I touch it. So I just feel like this is a safe place, sterile place to be.
Under the current plan, gyms aren't allowed to open until Phase 2. This past week, retailers opened their doors for the first time in a month, and tomorrow bar owners will do the same. But how will drinking establishments that thrive on social interaction operate using social distancing? MTN's LINDSEY Hyatt spoke with 2 local bars about their plans to keep customers both social and distanced.
Over a month of no social drinking in Montana is about as uncommon as the pandemic the nation is facing. Ask any bar owner in Great Falls and they'll tell you.
We've never been in this position before.
I have great-grandparents and grandparents who were in the bar business, and nobody has ever seen anything like this.
Bar manager of 8 years, Diana Olson, and bar managing legacy, Lexi Jones, are both learning to adapt to a barred bar scene.
We're just gonna play it by ear. I'm not really sure how this is all gonna work out.
There's been lots of changes, lots of talks, lots of setting tables, moving them, trying to do what's best for our customers, and also get us open.
Both managers are committed to playing by the rules. Cowboys bar customers will complete a temperature and ID check upon entry and stay seated while in the facility, drinking from plastic cups throughout the night.
I do have signage. I do have signage with the rules, the new stipulation and regulations, our new hours, and we're going to be really strict about it.
Do bar goers will also use plastic cups and will sanitize their hands after each drink order and sit while in the building, either at a table by the bar, outside on the patio, or in the casino.
We have buckets with bleach, sanitizer. Anytime anybody's moving or leaving a table, their spot will be sanitized. And we also have hand sanitizers for all of our employees, so as they take a drink order, they're actually going to sanitize everybody's hands.
But it won't be all rules and rigmarole. There will be mingling.
People don't have to stay with the groups they came with. So we will ask people to get to a table and sit down, but they may be seated with people that they didn't come with.
And music.
I was thinking about, instead of doing karaoke, maybe doing just DJs so people could at least request music that they want to hear.
After more than a month of empty bar stools, these bar managers are excited to see their regulars return.
A lot of them have been contacting me, messaging me, are you open? So I expect we'll get quite a few people back.
I know a lot of people want to get back out and see some faces and get a chance to kind of socialize a little bit. So we're really excited for that, and we know that a lot of our loyal patrons are excited too.
In Great Falls, LINDSEY Hyatt, MTN News.
According to Governor BOETSCH's Phase 1 reopening guidelines, all bars will have to close by 11:30 p.m. and follow social distancing guidelines. For more details on these stipulations, head to our website. Well, turning to weather, some of us were able to see some rain today, and our Storm Track weather team is here to tell us more. Grant Gallon joins us now. Grant?
All right, thanks, Matt. And by the way, Matt, nice tie out there. We have been looking at rain pushing through the area, even though right now a lot of us are seeing mostly sunny skies. Take a look with me right now. Lewistown just got in on some action with over 1/10 of an inch of rain. Out towards Lowell, though, received a good bit, almost 6/10 of an inch of rain. Over the last 3 hours, we have been looking at breaking of the clouds for north central Montana, especially up in Cut Bank and our area, the Electric City, and down towards Helena. But taking a closer look out towards Glasgow right now, we are looking at a line of showers moving toward you, as well as up towards Daniel County, getting in on widespread rain. As far as Glasgow right now, it's not really showing it, but trust me, it is on the way. Temperature is 58 degrees with a 25-mile-per-hour wind. Out towards Lewistown, where we did see wet roads over the past hour, We have started to see clouds leaving the area. Looking at, though, a 37-mile-per-hour wind gust with temperatures at 52 degrees. And outside right now, 58 in Great Falls as well as down towards Helena. Coming up later in the show, I'll track a warming trend on the way. Matt?
All right, thanks, Grant. The East Helena Boy Scouts are raising money for summer camp by selling their annual picnic tables, but they're doing it a bit differently during the pandemic. Here's M10's Lexi Aguayo with more.
The Troop 212 Boy Scouts put in hands-on work to build these picnic tables. ROI Timber donated the wood. Local businesses donated the hardware for the boys to build and sell these tables to fundraise various activities such as summer camp.
It's important that we continue to do this because we need these funds to be able to continue to function as a troop. I think it's important that we are able to do that.
Troop 212 cannot meet because of the pandemic, so what they're doing is dropping off materials for each scout to build a part of the table on their own. So now scouts, with the guidance of their families, are individually building these tables.
I feel pretty lucky because I don't think most people will be able to build picnic tables by themselves with their dads.
The boys got to work with their families and do a lot of one-on-one with mom and dad, putting the tables together and learning a lot of skills that maybe the parents don't have the time to teach, but now it's kind of forced upon.
The troops and their families made 40 tables total as of Sunday. By this time in 2019, Troop 212 said they had 60 tables sold. As of Sunday, only 20 tables have been sold so far.
Usually we have a large component of businesses buy tables, and with the businesses being shut down and their future unknown, they haven't made the large purchases that they normally make by this time. So we're hoping with the orders starting to resend and the people able to start getting back to work that we'll start seeing some of those business orders come in.
In East Helena, I'm Alexi Aguayo, MTM News.
One table costs $225 and will help the Scouts fund a trip to Yellowstone should it reopen this summer. Coming up, churches in Montana have been given the go-ahead to reopen, but some are opting to stick with virtual services for the time being.
Powered by the Montana Television Network. The 5:30 news continues on Montana's News Leader.
Welcome back. The first round of loans through the Paycheck Protection Program faced a lot of backlash when it came to transparency, especially with companies who didn't need the money receiving it. Elisa Nieves is looking at the push for more transparency to make sure that small business owners are getting the help they need to keep their businesses afloat.
The federal government has been pushing out trillions of dollars to try and stabilize the U.S. economy.
The biggest bailout in U.S. history deserves the most transparency in U.S. history.
For weeks now, watchdog groups like the U.S. Public Interest Research Group have been calling for real-time transparency. And now, at least one federal authority, the Federal Reserve, says it will answer that call. On a monthly basis, the Fed plans to begin publishing the names of those corporations receiving assistance under its emergency programs.
Honestly, it was pretty incredible that the Federal Reserve agreed to this level of disclosure. I'm hoping that that level of transparency will be carried forward to all the agencies in the CARES Act.
The Fed's move comes amid growing concerns around the Small Business Administration's Paycheck Protection Program. A week ago, reports revealed at least a handful of large publicly traded companies had received PPP loans intended for smaller businesses. The fast food chain Shake Shack was one of them and was one of the first to return the money, $10 million in its case. But a data analytics company, FactSquared, went through Security and Exchange Commission filings. It found more large companies received PPP loans than initially thought.
It had nothing to do with them disclosing, so to speak, with the SBA or anything else. It was just going through another agency where they had to disclose to investors that we're taking this money. And that's how we pick it up.
FactSquared found at least $900 million in forgivable small business loans went to more than 200 major companies like the Los Angeles Lakers and even a luxury hotel chain. The hotel chain was able to treat each of its hotels as an individual business and applied for 117 loans, getting at least $40 million so far. The hotel chain says it plans to actually keep the funds, while the Lakers and more than a dozen other businesses have committed to returning more than $116 million in PPP loan money.
fact that some companies saying, oh, oops, sorry, our bad. And that gets back to the purpose of transparency and why this type of information should be released.
It doesn't do us any good 3 months down the line to have found out this list of companies. That money would have already been spent. It's because this transparency happened so quickly that we're able to course correct. Those companies can give that money back, and the Treasury can readjust its rules moving forward. So that way this money actually helps those that it was intended to help.
The SBA has not yet agreed to release the names and other information around companies receiving PPP loan money. However, the Treasury Department has now come out saying that any company that got more than $2 million in PPP loans, well, they will be fully audited, adding, though, that companies have until May 7th to return the money to avoid that. I'm Alicia Nieves reporting.
Last week, Governor Bullock gave the go-ahead for churches across the state to reopen, but with strict social distancing requirements, some have chosen to continue their online services. M10's Megan Manning reports on the benefits one local church has seen despite remaining online.
Each week, Zootown Church welcomes anywhere from 1,200 to 1,500 people into its home on Brook Street. And although they're allowed to reopen their doors, church leaders say to maintain social distancing and sanitation for over 1,000 people just isn't realistic.
Obviously, people want to be back. We want people back, and they want to come back. But I think everybody that I've talked to just recognizes that for the time being, the safest thing to do is to continue the online services.
Their online services will continue until at least the end of May, but truth be told, pivoting to an online form of worship has provided a new element for their already enthusiastic congregation.
So social media is a big thing for our church. We try to, have a pretty strong social media presence, trying to release new content almost daily. We've been doing a lot of Zoom calls, which is kind of new and provides an interactive element, but everything from what we've called pub theology, our podcasts, various worship services online, things like that.
And they've embraced their newfound flexibility by recording their services in different locations. Just last week, you would have found them on the rooftop of the Florence building in Missoula.
We know that church, meeting in a building is only a small element of what we're trying to do and the relationships we're trying to create.
By embracing its unusual circumstances, Zootown Church has been able to share its message far beyond the city limits of Missoula, Montana.
I think we'll retain a lot of what we've been doing just because we've seen people connect with it, not just in Missoula, but all across Montana and the U.S. and even outside of the U.S.
In Missoula, Megan Mannering, MTN News.
And you can watch Zootown's online services on their website each Sunday at 9 a.m., 11 a.m., or 7 p.m.
Well, confidence is building for a widespread spring storm for the middle part of the work week. Don't go away. I'll have that and more right after this break. Well, welcome back, everybody. I hope that you have had a fantastic Sunday. So far, the clouds broken apart, allowing for us to really enjoy this scene out here and maybe go out for a walk, take the dog out for a walk. I know my dog Pongo, he's going to want that during my break today. 58 degrees right now, but these wind gusts at 37 miles an hour. Yeah, you're going to want to make sure that you put your hair up in a bun if you are outside, if you are a lady. Or, you know what, my brother's growing his hair out, man bun time, right? Looking at Opportunity Bank iCam over Helena, also looking at nice skies. Temperatures also 58 degrees, looking at a wind gust at 26 miles an hour. And elsewhere, a little bit warmer down towards Billings at 59 degrees, Jordan 58, Glasgow 49. You head on out to Missoula though, temperatures 48 degrees. And with our winds, we are looking at southwest winds in Lewistown at 9 miles an hour. Over the last 3 hours, we have been looking at rain pushing off towards Daniel County now. Glasgow also getting in on that action, leaving in its wake a nice dry spot here in Great Falls, allowing for us to really warm up. So that low pressure that did bring us the rain is going to continue to push out, allowing for this high pressure to really build its way in. And as it does so, notice how it strengthens. We're going to be looking at a nice day tomorrow, Monday. Tomorrow starting off, we're going to see nice sunny skies. It will continue to build into the Pacific West as we are looking at a nice day to Tuesday. But then comes that midweek storm that we've been talking about, right? This is that cold front that's going to be making its way closer towards and through our area. And as it does so on Wednesday, looking at around 7 p.m., widespread showers. taking off western part of Montana, allowing for all of us to really get a good soaking, and it will continue to push into the area by Thursday morning. So we should be able to fall asleep to some rainfall on Wednesday night into Thursday morning. And we're not done there. By Thursday afternoon, still looking at a lot of us getting in on that rain. Some folks, yes, possibly seeing a few snowflakes mixed in with that rain, but I don't think we're going to see widespread snow showers. Even by Thursday night, still seeing possibility for some rain. As far as our winds are concerned, we're looking at a very windy day tomorrow, looking at 30 to 40 mile per hour winds just by 3 in the morning. So you will be waking up to possibly some of that, the creaking of the roof. By 10 to 20 mile per hour winds by 3 p.m., keeping that wind gust in check. As far as the next 12 hours are concerned, we are looking at sunny skies by 5 p.m., which it's already there. But as we head on down to around 11 p.m., 42 degrees, we will be looking at mostly clear skies for Great Falls. That wind, though, sticking with us. And as far as Helena is concerned as well, we will continue to see the clouds break apart too. By 5 a.m., could be looking at a few clouds trying to build back in, but I don't think that that's going to be a big problem. And with this trend, we are noticing our trend warming on Wednesday to 71 degrees, but then as that front moves through, that's when temperatures are going to drop down to 58 degrees on Thursday. So walking you through mostly sunny skies tomorrow as well as on Tuesday. And tomorrow is May the 4th. And for all the Star Wars fans, hey, May the 4th be with you. I'm excited for that. Wednesday, good chance for showers and thunderstorms. By Friday, looking at 64 degrees. And for our friends in Helena too, looking at a windy day tomorrow. Showers and thunderstorms come back in Wednesday and Thursday for a mostly sunny day on Friday. Don't go away. We'll have a better look at what to expect later on in the show.
Powered by the Montana Television Network. The 5:30 news continues on Montana's news leader.
Several states have already started loosening their stay-at-home restrictions, but by the end of this week, more than half of the country will be starting to reopen. LINDSEY spoke with one expert who says there's some science to helping your children ease out of isolation.
This is a global pandemic. Things are going to be different as we move back out of quarantine and into society.
These past few weeks have been hard on most Americans.
We are all missing out on the things that we're used to, things that used to feel really good and make us really happy.
And as we start thinking about what the future might look like, children's psychologist Laura Anthony says we could be seeing some changes in our children's behavior.
Most of us as parents are seeing signs of stress or sadness or grief or frustration, disappointment in our kids. And we need to really be okay with letting them feel those things.
Anthony says it's important to talk to our kids and share our feelings with them and explain to them what the next few weeks may hold. For example, if you go out and about, having to wear a mask, staying 6 feet apart, and remembering to wash your hands.
Our kids are going to feel more in control when they know what they can do as they're kind of coming back out into society. I mean, it's good for the rest of us too. And it's okay to say the reasons why we need to do those things.
She also says it's important to try and lessen the stress that we put on ourselves as parents working from home and helping with schoolwork.
We're all just doing the best that we can. And I think parents should not feel guilty. Offer themselves a little bit of kindness and a little bit of grace. They're not in this alone. We're all struggling. And all you can do is the best you can. That's all any of us can do is the best that we can.
I'm LINDSEY BOETSCH reporting.
Anthony says it's important to also pay attention to your child if they feel overwhelmed to the point where they can't function. That's when you might need to seek help from a professional. We're back after this.
Well, welcome back, everybody. We will be looking at a warming trend through Wednesday, but a quick cool down Thursday as confidence does increase for a widespread spring storm Wednesday afternoon through Thursday. And that's the same with Helena. We're going to be looking at showers and thunderstorms increasing Wednesday in the afternoon and then looking at widespread rain into Thursday. So enjoy the next 2 days. It will be warm with a little bit breezy conditions on Monday, Matt.
Yeah, sounds nice. All right, thanks so much for watching. We'll see you back here at 10 o'clock.